Ever since he was little, he loved manhwa, and every time he read a manhwa he felt that the MC was always so lame. What's really cool is looking carefree normally, but being overwhelmingly strong when needed. That kind of hidden strength. Ever since he was little, he wanted to become a powerful, hidden character. As time passed, his specialty became helping others without being caught. No one noticed him while he helped them. As 10 years of helping others without being caught passed, he was hit by an 8-ton truck. When he regained his consciousness again, he was sitting on the ground in a white world, wondering why is he here? Didn't he got hit by truck kun? A beautiful figure appeared in front of him, telling him that this is the world of swords and magic. She have been waiting for him, the one with a pure soul. She is the goddess of this world, Hersia. She have been waiting to revive him. Boy was surprised because if she was waiting for him, then it mean she already know who he is. She told him that he is one of the few people that helped others without wanting to be noticed. Many gods were surprised by his deeds. Boy got sad when he heard that, because even though he worked that hard not to be noticed, he wasn't able to fool the gods. Goddess was surprised to see him thinking like that. As she expected, he is quite amusing. She told him that the goddess of this world, Hersia, will give him a blessing. He can become anything he wants in this world, a hero, a demon king, and a dragon. Even the king of hell. She tell him to choose what do he want to become. He choose HSC. Goddess was confused to hear that. That boy asked Goddess to let him become a HSC, when Goddess asked him what do we mean by HSC. That boy started telling her his backstory, that he was always lacking. He fanned people secretly. He cleaned the streets in secret. He shouted that this isn't a real HSC, it's too light. Because a real HSC is ignored normally, but shows immense strength when needed. Goddess understand that even with overwhelming strength, he want to hide it and be ignored in everyday life. Goddess told him that he will be born as a commoner in this new world. He got a smile in his face. Goddess told him that his strength will be greater than any hero, demon king, Oregon dragon. His smile got bigger to hear it, but his face turned pale when he hear what Goddess said after that. She told him that the second his strength is revealed, his heart will explode. Then as he wished, he'll become someone who needs to hide their strength. He was too scared to hear it. He asked Goddess, why does his heart explode? Goddess ignored him, and with a smile she prays that he who possesses overwhelming power but needs to walk a lonely road, she pray that he achieve peace with that strength. And with that 2 years have passed since he have come to this world. He was sitting in front of a cherry tree cursing the goddess for not listening him till end. There were some monsters there. They were 10 times bigger than him in size, but it's not a problem for him since he is the strongest there. All of the monsters died instantly against him. The one remaining monster felt that if he fight that little boy he will die. He started running towards the forest. That boy now knows even if monsters know his strength, his heart won't explode. He comes flying from the sky and killed that monster with a single punch. Now in his real life his name is Urian. When Urian got back to the village, a red-haired girl who Urian called Nuna asked him where did he go. That girl's name is Ella. She told Urian to not wander around alone since he is weak. She asked him if he not know how many wolf packs are near the village. Urian told sorry to her. There were other children beside Urian and Els because they were in an orphanage. Suddenly the director of the orphanage grabbed Urian's hair tightly. He called Urian trash and throws him into a corner. He said you orphans better not wander alone. Ella runs towards his asking if he is okay. Director was angry at Urian saying that he accepted him since he was young, but he is short and so weak, he is not even useful for anything. Urian apologized to him. He was acting like he is in pain, but he was smiling inside because he wasn't caught today as well. No one noticed that he was the one that took care of the monsters. Director told other children to get their brooms and leave. He asked them if they all memorized the song. The trash who failed to memorize it will become wolf feed. Urian was happy because it was a perfect HSC for him. In the town, children were singing that they are happy even if they're orphans, since the director takes care of them. Even though they're orphans, they're happy. They were cleaning the whole town. While smiling, children were saying that since the village people give them food, they want to pay them back by cleaning. Village people were happy to see them cleaning again. A guy said that the director is so great, he even took in orphans who have nowhere else to go. A girl told her husband to cheer on the children and get a chicken for them. Urian and other were happy to hear chicken, but the chicken was eaten. The director of the orphanage and children's were given boiled potatoes. They were not happy to see it. A little girl asked Ella that even though the auntie gave them the chicken, why do they only have potatoes? A boy told her to just eat it. because it's better to eat potatoes inside rather than starve outside. Even Urian was not happy to it. But Ella called them and showed them today's special meal. Everyone were surprised to eggs. Ella secretly got these from the auntie back then. She told them to eat these right away so that they don't get caught. Everyone was happy to it. Urian's mouth was full of water. Ella called Urian and told him that he can have hers as well. She give it to him because he is too skinny. If he get too skinny, the director will throw him away. Urian told her that he is okay, so she should eat hers. Ella tried to force him to eat it, saying if he don't eat it, it will go to waste. But suddenly a loud sound from Ella's stomach comes. She was too embarrassed. Urian told her that she should eat it because he know how Ella is. Urian, remember that when he first came into this world, he was bitten by the shop owner for going there to eat. Living as an orphan was hell. No one protected him, and violence was an everyday occurrence. Urian was sad because even if he do have to be looked down upon, but this is too much. At that time, Ella comes Urian. Because he was all alone, she offered Urian a potato and asked him to come with her because while the director is bad, there is food and a roof. At that moment, Ella was starving herself, but she tried to give her food to Urian. Ella was the one who asked the orphanage director to take in Urian. For Urian, she is to sweet Urian, get egg from her hand and put it in her mouth and ask her to go to the magic academy together with him. He told her that he can attend the academy and eat as much tasty food as she want. All the children get happy when they hear that. They said they will go too. Ella hugged all of them saying, let's all go together. Let's eat as much tasty food as we want. And instead of hard work, let's study. Let's survive here, the best we can, and leave all together. But the next day, director called all the children and told that there's great news. He told them that Ella was adopted today. He told everyone to congratulate her. Urian was too shocked to hear that. Ella was also not happy. She said sorry to everyone for not being able to stay with they till the end. Urian told her that he is happy for her. Director said that there's more good news. He called Urian and told him that he'll be the sacrifice for the wolf god. Ella asked director to wait a moment. What he is doing is different from what he said. He said he would take care of Urian if Ella was adopted. Director with a big smile on his face, and asked Urian do he know why the wolf packs aren't appearing so often nowadays. He told Urian that what he know is wrong. The reason they don't appear much nowadays is because they give them food regularly. The wolf god likes young meat. He told Urian that Urian is weak and short. Even if he grew like this, he won't become a good worker. Urian's sacrifice will save the village. Director asked everyone, congratulate Urian. At that moment, Urian realized that the orphanage's mission was this. Ella asked director to save Urian. She'll be the sacrifice. Director moved a punch at Ella, but he stopped thinking that the merchandise can't be damaged. He told Ella to never utter those words again. Otherwise, he sacrificed not only Urian, but the other children as well. Ella was too scared after that. At the same night, Urian was sitting at a sacrificing altar thinking what to do. Do he need to secretly take care of the wolf god or whatever it is and go on a secret trip? Suddenly, someone called his name. Urian was surprised to see the who called him. It was Ella with the short hair. Urian asked her why she's here and what happened to her hair. Ella laughed to not show her fear and told Urian that she cut it herself until looks like Urian's. She said that there's no time to do this and asked Urian to hurry and swap clothes with her. Even though this is women's clothes, since Urian is thin, he will fit in. Urian was confused. He asked her why do we have to change clothes? Ella smiled and said that she'll be the sacrifice instead of Urian. Urian was surprised to hear that he asked her if she is saying that knowing what being the sacrifice means. Ella said she know. She smiled and told Urian that her younger brother was the sacrifice before Urian. It was too shocking for Urian. When Ella first met him, she thought her younger brother came back to life. They both are very similar. She think that's why she took more care of Urian. Urian had sympathy in his eyes for Ella. Ella don't want to see her younger brother die again, so she asked Urian to run far, far away for her. Urian said that T-Gay can just run away together. Why is she so hell-bent on being the sacrifice? Ella said that if they do that, they'll be caught too quickly, as he know how fast the adults are. Ella said she have a good idea. The second the director sees her hair, he'll start to beat her. He forgets how long it's been once he starts. If Urian run away, then he'll at least get out of the village. Ella put the Urian's flower crown on her head and told Urian to live instead of her. It's not like the place she is getting adopted into is a good place. Rather than living in a place like that, she'll help Urian live. Urian was too angry on himself after hearing all that. because it was not something a 10-year-old girl should be saying. Even with the overwhelming strength he could not let her feel safe. But the suddenly changed when the director of the orphanage appeared there with a knife in his hand. When he saw Ella there, he asked her about her hair. Ella was too scared to him. Words were not coming out of her mouth. Urian's all focus was on Director's knife. Director grabbed Ella by the neck and said to her that she is important merchandise. But what the hell is this state? If she do this, the value will drop. Urian gets too angry to see his Nuna like that. Even mana was leaking out of him, but suddenly his heart started hurting. At that moment he realized that what he is feeling right now is the thing Goddess told him. The second his strength is revealed, his heart will explode. Director's strength, his grip on Ella. Ella started coughing up blood. When the director saw the hairband on Ella, he realized that just like her younger brother, Ella also wants to die as a sacrifice. Director smiled like a devil and told Ella that he is the wolf god. He was the one who killed her younger brother. After giving the skin and meat to the monsters, he sold the organs for a good price. A laugh like a lunatic, because nobody knows that the children worth money and death. That's an honor for useless orphans. Ella had no motion in her body. Director said that her younger brother was really kind to the end, saying that it's good that he was the sacrifice, saying that even if he couldn't work, he could at least be a sacrifice. Director was laughing, seeing her dead. Urian goes near the director. Director said to Urian that his Nuna is dead. The Ella, who always worried for him, he told Urian to don't worry, because he'll send him to her side very soon. Urian was remembering his good time with Ella. He asked himself why was he hesitating. When the goddess asked him why do we want to be a HSC, wouldn't a hero or a demon king be much more straightforward? Do he really just not want to be seen by others? At that time, Urian told her that it's because a hero or a demon king has to use their powers for the humans or demons. But he don't like that. He repeat that he want to use his strength for the people he want to save. Urian swings his hand and just from his hand swing, Director's head goes flying. His attack was that powerful that not only the surrounding buildings, even clouds were cut. Urian catch Ella from falling. He said sorry to her because he was late. But to his surprise, Ella was still breathing. Urian used his heal magic on Ella. All her injuries were healed instantly. Urian was happy because he wasn't too late. When Urian saw the sun rising, he said he have no regrets and he fall on the ground thinking he is going to die. But he did not die. He was confused, thinking, why is he all fine and well? When he saw the director's corpse, he realized that if he kills someone before they notice his strength, he won't die. After 4 years since that incident, Urian was in a forest, and a huge monster was standing in front of him. That monster looks at Urian with his red eyes. Urian looks at him. Urian gets scared, because he forgot to drink his milk this morning. He was worried because he've barely gotten any taller in 4 years. He was thinking about what's the average height for a 13-year-old in this world. When that monster attacked him, Urian make a hole in that monster's body with a single punch. That monster's head fall on the ground. Urian thought, if eating deer antlers make him grow taller, as always, he is still the strongest. Both Urian and Ella are old enough to take the entrance exams for the magic school. Sister Arlen asked them if they prepare well. Sister Arlen took them in after the director's death. They told Sister that they are all prepared. Other children were cheering for them. Sister told them that there must a reason why the god took the director and left them two alive. She hoped the blessing of the god stays with them for the magic school entrance exam. Both Urian and Ella were happy to go to magic school. Magic Place is a place of their dreams they came across in that terrible orphanage. It's also a place Urian have been waiting for so much, where he can be a perfect HSC. The past 4 years were too boring for him, because all he did was secretly slaying monsters. But he is happy that now people will disregard him out in the open. Isn't that what a fantasy world and a magic school are about? A main character who's looked down upon. Urian is really excited for it. Royal School of Magic is a school founded by the royal family that fosters talented individuals regardless of their status to defend the people from monsters. And today is the day of the magic school's entrance exam. Blonde-hair boy Chris, who is a noble, was amazed by the Royal School of Magic. Because one can sense its dignity from the gate itself. When he looks around, he sees other students, and most of them have blue brooches. They're students coming from nobility just like him. Even he was surprised to see a red brooch on a girl. Red brooch means she is the princess of the royal family. Chris felt that this year's entrance exam is no joke. When Urian and Ella entered the school, Chris's mood got bad because they have black brooch. He started laughing at them, saying it's true that their status isn't looked at, But how can some lowly creatures dream of entering the School of Magic when other students saw that Urian and Ella have black brooch? They called them peasants, asking them if they can even read. They thought that those two people are out of the race. Urian and Ella will get eliminated anyway. It's all thanks to His Majesty for giving them this chance. Ella was getting angry at them, but Urian was getting excited because this is the real deal. The classic flow of the story of a hidden strength character. Ella, after hearing them, left from there, asking Urian to leave. She told Urian to don't listen to them, because they value status more than they value a human. Urian, go after Ella. It was a waste of opportunity for Urian because he thought he could get Chris look down at him more. Head of the Royal School of Magic is Magus, he said to that. The 29th entrance exam starts now. He told students that this exam is simple. As a student of the magic school, their goal is to protect the people with their sword and magic. So for this entrance exam, their fundamental sword skills and magical powers will be tested. Urian was getting his pleasure when he hears that other students are looking down on him. The instructor for the sword skills exam was Ga Ryunbi. He told the students that for the exam, all they have to do is use the training swords in front of them to slash the target behind them at once. Ga Ryunbi demonstrated by cuting the target with just a paper. Students were amazed to see him cuting it with just a paper. He called the first student, who is Tian. Tian was nervous. Instructor Ryunbi told Tian to start when she is ready. Tian asked Instructor Ryunbi that, by any chance, will she be disqualified if she can't slash it at once. Instructor Ryunbi told Tian that she will not get disqualified because they don't have any expectations from the new students, because they're going to be at the level of kids anyway. So they shouldn't try to show as something and just do what they can. Tian slashed at the target with all her might, but she couldn't cut half of it. Then Instructor Ryunbi called Chris for Nest. He cut the half of the target. Then he called Rishal. He cut in half them. He called Ella. Ella was also nervous. To calm her, Urian told her that the criteria for assessment is whether she can slash half of it. And Ella can easily do that. Ella get happy when her little brother cheers her. Ella get in a stable formation. Instructor Ryunbi told her, start once she is ready. Noble students started making fun of her, saying that they can't believe we have to take the test with these peasants. It's not like she'll even be able to cut through half of it. Ella ignores them. She stable her breathing. 4 years ago she failed to protect Urian. But she is confident this time. And slash her target into two with her sword. Instructor Ryunbi, Urian, and other students were surprised to see that because she's the first one to slash through all of it, students started talking that, how could a black brooch do that? But the most happy one was Ella, because now she'll be the one to protect Urian. Because she think Urian is especially weak, Instructor Ryunbi was more shocked because a magical wand was planted in the center of this target. He knows that even if they struck it with all their might, they couldn't have cut through it at all. To slash it, Ella need to fortify her weapon with magic, but doing so is hard even for an adult. Yet Ella did that subconsciously. Instructor Ryunbi acknowledged that Ella is talented. The next student was Urian. Instructor Ryunbi's eyes were on Urian, because he was wondering what Ella's little brother is like. Urian hit the target with the sword. Instructor Ryunbi and other students were looking at him with curiosity. Students started laughing at him because he did not cut even half of it. They said that the peasants are weak because they doesn't get to eat much. Instructor Ryunbi thought about Urian that he's not that talented compared to his sister. Urian was happy because now everyone will look down at him more. The next test was magic text. Instructor Ji Yi was the instructor in charge of this test. She asked students to use this magical tool in her hand and hit the target using magic. One after another, a student raised his hand said to Instructor Ji Yi that he can't use magic. Instructor Ji Yi told him that it's okay, because the magic tool can make water even if he can't control magic. She told them that one by one they'll shoot using this. The first examinee was Chris. He was happy to go first. He used water magic and hit the target. It was excellent. Students were amazed to see it. Chris was proud on himself. Instructor Ji Yi told return to his spot now. The next examinee was Urian. Urian was going there. Ella was cheering him. Instructor Ji Yi told Urian to hold the magic wand and come to the front. Urian goes to Chris to get the magic wand, but Chris intensely dropped it on the ground, and while laughing asked Urian if he don't know that lowly peasant don't stand while receiving anything from a noble. Urian was just looking at him. Ella was worried for Urian. Instructor Ji Yi told examinees to not fight with each other. Urian told his Nuna that it's okay. Urian was getting the pleasure, because thanks to Chris, all eyes are on Urian. Urian raised his magic wand. He thought he'll fail just like he planned, and he'll become the perfect hidden strength character. But to his surprise, the water magic attack he used was too powerful compared to Chris's water attack. Urian himself, Ella and instructor Ge and all the other students were all surprised to see that attack. When Urian looks at the magic wand that was broken, he realized that he is in big trouble.